Alright, I guess we'll get started. Low audience in numbers, but that doesn't mean low in intensity. Alright. How's everyone feeling this evening?
Good.
That is great. My name is Al. I'm here with the Creative Alliance. This is the Creative Alliance presents Collab Nite, Creative Collab Nite at the Good Beans Cafe. Please give it up for Ken in the back. Alright. Sign-up sheets right here. Whatever you're feeling. Song, story, poem, skit, dance, anything like that. Feel free. I'll get things started off. I'm a really big fan of traditional songs, so songs that really don't have an author or a writer, doesn't really belong to anyone. So I've sort of just kind of combined them all into a medley that I enjoy singing. So.
Storm came and blew it all away. And I said to that driver, please drive slow, 'cause that woman, I don't wanna watch her go. And I will be standing by your window to watch her go away. Oh, will that circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? Will that circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? And I know there's a better place waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I went to the village growers haying down. Seems they're working on a vendetta. If we all came around, we gonna cut his head off before he has time for the winter. And I say, I believe you're all in vain, my friend, 'cause John Barleycorn, he lift his head. Oh, will that circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? Oh, will that circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? And I know there's a better place waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I knew a lady came down from the mountain. She had a banjo on her knee. But oh, that lady, she gone back and go, and she ain't ever gonna leave here again. And all the time she came from Alabama, won't you come back, oh Susanna? Will that circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? Will that circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? And I know there's a better place waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. there's a better place awaiting in the sky, in the sky. That's all I'm gonna do for my piece, since I sort of delayed in starting. I just want to give everyone a chance to come up here. But yeah, that's a song. I think I'll just keep building upon that. Right?
I dig it.
All right, we're gonna bring Alex up here.
Yeah. Hello. Hello.
3 poems. Worth. Take my cash, my credit card, and my driver's license out of my wallet. Toss these contents overboard into the middle of some great ocean somewhere. Watch them sink. And what remains is a small leather folder worth less than my car keys, depending on how much cash was discarded and whether or not it still carries my social security and medical insurance cards. Print out every poem I've ever written and stick them in that wallet. And although I'd carry it around with a little more flamboyance, I would rather have the capabilities a fully functional wallet would grant me. Type the only telephone numbers I could call in order to get those contents back onto a completely separate card. Throw that card overboard into the vastness of some great sea somewhere, and I would dive into that water head first. I would swim forever. Never mind. I would take that boat, you know, the one I just took, and begin my journey back to that crowded city. I would run across every field, through every forest, without stopping to drink, piss, or think. I would run up to the tallest building, or maybe the fattest one, the one with the offices of a different bank or corporation on each floor. No one would try to stop me because no one would feel like that's what they really want to do. It would only be natural. The only natural thing to do would be to let me get what I want, along with everything I will ever need. Somewhere in the middle of some great ocean, millions of people still wait, without expectations, for everything they will ever need. Side effects. The recently prescribed anti-anxiety drug slowly lingers from the taking of PM meds to after the taking of AM meds, its consequences measured across the line. A somewhat light head over a mellow heart, a mild, fuss-free brainstorm. I've decided not to go online to see the complete list of side effects. I know I feel a little woozy in the morning on my way to work, but I also know that there's no stiff anxiety at the bottom of my throat. At the end of the day, after an early dinner, I walk outside, I walk within the confines of this suburban condominium situation, still sensing the effort that snapped me out of it this morning. A life lived, neither a secret nor a symptom, but a wrought combination left alone, each breath hushed by the fire. A vaporous psychopharmaceutical incantation, and I am neither overwhelmed with emotion nor sedated. As I walk to where the road between condominiums acts as an alley that leads halfway into the sunset, never have I had to go to the bathroom this bad. There's this guy. I heard that there's this guy somewhere out there who can walk on water, but there's lots of things people think they see. People are easily fooled, is what I'm saying. I'm not the type of person who goes and looks for this sort of thing. There's live footage of it happening. It is undeniable. I saw this guy. I know he's on the internet, and lots of things can be made to look like they are something when they are not. It was on that river in London. I swear to God, it was the freakiest thing. I was checking to see if it was fake. Okay, but really, do you think he was actually doing that? I mean, that sort of thing is not, like, real. You do know that, don't you? I don't think it's something that can be staged. I just don't. So yeah. Yeah, what? I don't think they could like paste his image on the surface of the water like that. I just don't. I saw him do all sorts of crazy shit. It was fucking unbelievable. He walked through a glass wall like it was nothing. He jammed a cell phone into an empty liquor bottle. I mean, it was rattling on the bottom and there was no way to pour it out. Seriously though, how does one person make another person disappear? Or, you know, seem to. That's even more unbelievable, don't you think? See, that's what I mean. It's all just regular old magic. There's nothing to it, really. I mean, if you know how to do it and if you're talented or whatever. So there's no like extraterrestrial technology needed in order to do this? Or that's what it is, but it's not like he's whatever. Something has got to be going on. There was no set or drapes or anything like that. Yes, it really was magic, meaning it did not happen the way we thought we saw it happen. He ate razor blades. He began to take flight as in his feet lifted off the ground. Hey man, thanks for sending me that link to that magician guy. He's pretty good at what he does, isn't he?
All right, keep it going for Alex. All right, we're gonna let Brian Pobocik take the stage.
Yeah.
If anyone has any updates on what's happening with them and their miniature enterprise, what's happening, Jennie, you want to regale us with an update on how the dating game went? I guess most of us were here. Some of us.
Well, there's one of the winners right there. And the host is right there, Nick. He did a really good job. He was excellent.
Very good. You know, this Friday there's a poetry thing
There-
going on
oh,
at Buckup
okay.
Gallery. It's one of those free coffee joints where you just donate to the gallery. I think it starts at 7, goes till 9,
The Museum of Contemporary Art, is that what it is?
something like that.
Yeah.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah, it sounds cool. It'd be cool if you guys came.
So June 21st at Buckham Gallery, 7 to 9, sort of a poetry open mic.
Yeah.
Okay, Buckham Gallery. Check it out. 7 to 9. Great. You plug in?
Yep. Okay. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah. You good? I'll bring it in for a second.
You must have watched the Art Walk video, is that the one you watched? Hello!
All right.
I don't know.
All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, we got a little bit smaller crowd here, but I know more than half of you by first name, so I know that means it's going to be a really strong crowd. So the theme.
You know us from the gym.
What's that? What? Well, I know you from the gym.
Baseball, that day, that round lessons were there.
I'm visually challenged right now, so stop making signs at me there, Nick.
Thumbs up.
How many? Hold up some fingers. No, I can't.
Can't see it.
No.
Well,
I see 12.
8?
10 fingers.
10? Okay. So my theme tonight is my girlfriend's birthday is June 26th. She lives 680 miles west of here. So. Oh, and it's not just her birthday. It's her 50th birthday.
Oh, 50 years young.
50 years young.
Boy, is she watching this?
Yeah, she's gonna watch this. Yeah, and in fact, so I'm gonna perform a few songs that were written and inspired and written about her. the sound taken care of?
I think so.
Okay. Feel the miles melt away on this cold December night. Another truck pulls off the road in the lane to my right. In the distance, lights are blinking beyond a sleepy row of farms. Signal tower got me to thinking, could you please channel some of Sam Cooke's charm? Signal tower, empower me. Guide me through this blizzard's harm. Empower me, empower me. In an hour she will be in my arms. Black man on the radio leads me through this winter's mess. Otis Redding offers me advice. Try a little tenderness. Windshield wiper wages war with this unrelenting speed. My foot is tapping on the floor to this unrelenting beat. Signal tower, empower me. Guide me through this blizzard's harm. Empower me. Away on this cold December night. Another truck pulls off the road in the lane to my right. Windshield wiper wages war with this unrepenting sleet. My foot is tapping on the floor to the unrelenting beat. Signal tower, empower me. Guide me through this blizzard's harm. Empower me, empower me. In an hour she will be in my arms. Okay, I need this for the middle verse because I've never committed it to memory. So in this song, an incident happened. You know, Susie and I've been together for about 16 years, and this is the first relationship I've ever had, and so that if you do the math, I didn't really date till I was well into my 30s, and some of the things that I've done with her includes once in a while I have been known to help her dye her hair, and this is Not something I have any experience with on my own, because I've never had to do that on my own. I don't even have any hair, you know. But, so she experiments with shades that are, she doesn't necessarily grab the same container every single time. I don't know anything about that, but that's the way it is. But, so she experimented just a little bit to the other side of her normal shade, and it turns out we wound up turning her hair orange. And I don't think she was very happy about it, and there's a reference in the third verse of this song, and it was fortuitous for me because it's not easy to find a word that rhymes with orange, but I found it. And, okay. I like to watch you as you wake up in the morning, your hair draped across my pillow, like a tropical waterfall forming or a cascading windswept willow. I like it as your arm leaves the bed, you reach out for that alarm. How can someone so tender and kind cause that clock so much harm? You sly you. I've yet to meet anyone so clever, they try and work things by you. You wink and smile and you say that they never will. And they never will. You must have studied the science of chemistry. You must have read a textbook on art. Spend years in pursuing anatomy, learning every corridor of the heart. But your real calling must be divinity, as when I go and watch you skate. You call your routine infinity, but all I see are figure eights. You sly you. I've yet to meet anyone so clever, they try and work things by you. You wink and smile and you say that they never will. And they never will. It's the subtle creak of the door hinge as you sneak in late at home. Or the night I dyed your hair orange just to fit inside this poem. You sly you, sly you. I've yet to meet anyone so clever, they try and work things by you. You wink and smile and you say that they never will. And never will. You sly you.
I like that orange.
Thank you, thank you. So I'm going to finish with this is her favorite song. I'm not sure I can add too much to it. I last performed this January of 2012 when I did a small set here of entendre songs, and I'm not going to go into explaining why I included this song in that. But this song is called Nocturnal. I'm going to be quite heavy on the, okay? So I me going my way, but she don't answer 'cause she's stubborn. She don't answer 'cause she's stubborn. She don't answer 'cause she's stubborn. Oh, my sweet nocturnal, against the moonlight you're quite a vision. I've read every page in your journal, and I'd like to help you with your mission. Just that whenever I need you most, you fade into night like a ghost. Start with she stands 4'11", but brother, that ain't the scary part. She's a restless angel in training for heaven. To earn her wings she must break your heart. To earn her wings she must break your heart. To earn her wings she must break your heart. Oh, my sweet nocturnal, against the moonlight you're quite a vision. I've read every page in your journal, and I'd like to help you with your mission. Just that whenever I need you most, you fade into night like a ghost. She's a sight, the truck driver's daughter. Stare too long and my eyes might burst. Thought she might be kind and offer her water to this desert drifter dying of thirst. Desert drifter dying of thirst. Desert drifter dying of thirst. Oh, my sweet nocturnal, against the moonlight you're quite a vision. I've read every page in your journal, and I'd like to help you with your mission. Just that whenever I need you most, you fade in the night like a ghost. All right, thank you. Happy birthday, Susie. Happy 50th. Thanks, Al.
One more time, give it up for Brian Pobocik. All right, we're gonna keep the music thing going. We're gonna bring Lee up here. Please give him a warm welcome. Sign-up sheet is right here if people are still feeling compelled.
That, I guess, over here, because Jennie doesn't like that in front of the cameras.
Yeah, and you know how I am, boy.
You cracked the whip on us.
Yep.
We'll do this thing right. I used to play there. Like Lynn, I got the cracked the whip. On sidewall last night, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Need the plug in, huh? Okay. All right, thank you, brother. Yeah, I got another 5 for you.
What's up? I have to shoot up there? Oh, did you?
Okay. Yeah, should be this.
Okay. Well, good evening. Brian, did you just give her age away? Shame, shame. You might be sticking your neck out there, man. Oh well. Too late now.
Did I say 50? No.
Now let's roll that back a little bit. You know? 50 sounds good to me, considering where I'm at, but I'm not sure about her. I just grabbed some songs here. There's no particular theme or anything here. Just some stuff that as I was going through some folders, I said, I kind of like that song. Maybe they'll like that. This song goes back a ways, as I do. Done by a guy or a band called the Sir Douglas Quintet, and it's called "She's About a Mover." Actually, the record, there was predominantly organ. You know that song that was done by Question Mark and the Mysterians?
Yeah.
96 Tears? Well, this group, they used an organ or a keyboard like that. So when you play it back on a guitar, it loses the effect. But if you've never heard the song, it won't make any difference. She was walking down the street, looking fine as she could be. Walking down the street, looking fine as she could be. You know I could love you, baby. What I say? Well, I shot her a little look. My eye ran down her leg. Shot her a little look. My eye ran down her leg. Well, she might play hard to get, but I bet she can be made. She's about a mover. She's about a mover. She's about a mover. Well, she strolled right up to me, said, "Big boy, what's your name?" She strolled right up to me, said, "Big boy, what's your name?" Well, we made love in conversation. What I say? She was walking down the street, looking fine as she could be. Walking down the street, looking fine as she could be. Well, you know I could love you, baby. What I say? Thank you. Thank you. Got another song here that was recorded by an artist. I know her name was Melanie, and I don't know her last name, but it was kind of a tricky name. Probably I don't remember it. She had a couple of hits. She had a song, this would be back before most of your time. Brian might remember it. Something about brand new roller skates. I got a brand new pair of roller skates.
Yeah.
You got a brand new key. Yeah, Melanie.
Yeah, that's right.
But she went by that first name anyway, Melanie. She also had this song, which I always like stuff that's just kind of offbeat, not your norm. And this is called "Look What They've Done to My Song." To my song. Look what they've done to my song. Well, it's the only thing that I could do half right, and it's turning out all wrong. Look what they've done to my song. Look what they've done to my song. Look what they've done to my song. They put it in a plastic bag, they turned it upside down. Look what they've done to my song. chicken bone, I feel like I've gone insane. Look what they've done to my brain. Wish I could find a good book. Wish I could find a good book. If I could find a real good book, I'd never have to come out and look at it. Look what they've done to my song. Well, it's the only thing I could do half right, and it's turning out all wrong. Look what they've done to my song. Thank you. Kind of a silly little song, but I like stuff like that. Usually I come down here and it seems like it's cold outside or it's hot or something, but it's just about right tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. We must have got somebody else's weather, huh? But it feels good. I'm raising a couple of grandchildren and they just got out of school last week, so I can sleep in a little bit now. Getting up at 6 o'clock at this old retired age is not what I had in mind, but you do what you got to do. This song here is called Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. And I heard this sometime back. You know, it's a song from back out of the 70s, and I heard it a while back, and I got to thinking about if Flynn had a theme song, and I'm, you know, all for Flint coming back, but you got to be realistic. If Flint had a theme song today, it would probably be this song. And like I said, those days are probably gone, but life goes on. And this is called Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. I'll get this one on my head. I haven't done this lately. Everybody's gone away. Said they're moving to LA. There's not a soul I know around. Everybody's leaving town. Some caught a freight, some caught a plane. Find the sunshine, leave the rain. They said this town will waste your time. I guess they're right, it's wasting mine. Some gotta win, some gotta lose. Good time Charlie's got the blues. Yeah. That's what I needed, a little backbeat. You know my heart keeps telling me you're not a kid at 63. Play around, you lose your wife. Play it too long, you lose your life. Some gotta win and some gotta lose. Good time Charlie's got the blues. Some gotta win and some gotta lose. Good time Charlie's got the blues. I got my pills to ease the pain. Can't find a thing to stop the rain. I like to try and settle down, but everybody's leaving town. Now some gotta win and some gotta lose. Good time Charlie's got the blues. Some gotta win and some gotta lose. Good time Charlie's got the blues. Thanks for the percussion. Thank you.
Hey, I just want to remind you guys that Tuesdays at 4:30 at Page's Bookstore, we're doing the Writer's Circle currently. And, the last 2 weeks I've had one person come, but we've worked on some poetry and made some progress. We're we're actually working on the poetry more. Like we were meeting at Churchill's for like 3 years, and pretty much we just would share something we wrote and like say, oh, that's nice, and you know, whatever. But we're actually getting back to working on the poetry. So like you, for example, who was reading earlier, you should come, man, Tuesday at 4:30. And then you know, if no one, Alex, if no one shows up by 5, I just take off and visit with the lady from the bookstore.
Where is it?
You know Buckham Alley, right? You know where the Buckham Gallery is?
Okay.
It's right next to the Buckham Gallery.
Downstairs.
Yeah, right on 2nd and Buckham.
That was Tuesday at
4:30.
Okay.
4:30 to 6 is kind of the window. They actually close at 5, but she said she'd stay open until 6 for us, but only one time have we stayed past 5. But, anyway, so this week I was working on this poem. This is an old poem I wrote before my grandfather died, and then I had to kind of change it around like after he passed away to make it more accurate. But it's called North Flint Cognitions. This is the only one I brought today. So. North Flint Cognitions. I caught a glimpse of Mom's motel driving into Flint on Dixie Highway. I don't usually drive to Flint from the north. It had been a few years since I had been out this way. This tattered city and its outer limits brings to an already uneasy mind thoughts of this cursed city and the ways it has fallen from grace. The way things have come to be have cast a dark shadow on a place which once upon a time held prosperity, hope, and promise. The way things once were. Yet another scene inspired thoughts as I drove by in contemplation. Flint Park Cemetery quietly existing on the east bank of Dixie Highway. My grandparents rest there in their eternal slumber. I never got to know them as well as I'd have liked to. My grandmother's death untimely, but she held me close when I was just a baby. They raised their family here on Flint's north side. My aunts and uncles went to school here to earn their educations in a place in the suburbs. Most of them found work in the factories where they toiled out their frustrations of the dying of this place where they once spent their days, and they smile half-heartedly at the thought that their children never had to know these troubles. When we laid my grandfather to rest, everyone gathered there in quiet mourning as the guns gave their salute, but I was sure they were mourning something more, lost moments of a place beyond remission, silently weeping for its condition. To them, those days are just a memory of when the times they were a-changing. Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing?
Great. All right.
Come on, talk to me. I just want to give a shout out to Creative Alliance. Thanks for the opportunity. Good Beans Cafe, everybody. Well, my name is Peter Campbell. I'm from Jamaica. I go as J Demus, as the name for my show. It's called Jay's Reggae Unlock. I go as J Demus. Basically, Jay's Reggae Unlock, it's on WKUF LP Flint 94.3 FM, Cardigan University station. And I play reggae music, you know, give a difference to the city of Flint, like a different style of music other than the regular radio, rock, hip hop, pop, you know, try to give a difference because I think the city of Flint needs a difference, and I think that, you know, something different is good. And I'm trying. A lot of people tell me it won't work because there's not a lot of Jamaicans, there's not a lot of reggae lovers, but I think because I love the reggae music, and I think if I like it, maybe there's some people out there that would like it and appreciate it and, you know, wants it. So
Yeah, keep doing it.
yeah, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna try. I don't know why I got shy all of a sudden. Everybody looking at me. It's much easier when you're on the radio. Nobody's looking. You're just talking. But it's every Tuesdays at 3 till 4:30, and I'm also on there on Sundays at 1. I won't be there this Sunday, but next week Tuesday I'll be there. I'm heading out of town. I also do some music. Last time I was here, I sang 3 of my songs. And I just want to try something else, you know. So I'm not used to it. I never do this open mic stuff, but like, you know, give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah.
Alright, first one I want to try and sing is called Prayer. I wish I played the guitar and an instrument or something. Gotta go a cappella. Alright, bear with me if you guys can understand. This one is called Prayer. I wrote it not too long ago, but 4 or 5 months ago when one of my closest friends died. His name is Felipe Andres. I don't know if you guys go to U of M, but he was a student government president. He died like a couple months ago, I think in February. He had cancer and he passed away, and I wrote this one. Alright, here it goes. This is for the one them that did have someone and lose someone and wish that they could grow up just to be someone, and as you stand and weep and watch them sleep, you know say it not true, may their soul rest in peace. Although you want to believe that there always be a time after life where we all meet again, I always wish my brethren them always there. I keep them close in on my heart as we start this prayer. Yo, a lot of mercy, a little mercy. Don't take no one out of my life, John, know it hurt me. Funeral me no want reach again, right now me can't lose a friend. Long life me have feed, defenders please have mercy. Me say a mother get a bad this last night. The youth she go raise him take sick and die. She hold her head and now she asking why it have to happen to her in these times. If you have someone and lose someone and wish that they could grow up just to be someone, and as you stand and weep and watch them sleep, you know say it not true, may their soul rest in peace. Although you want to believe that there always be a time after life where we all meet again, I always wish my brethren them always there. I keep them close in on my heart as we start this prayer. Yo, these are some sad times. Enough of the youth them just lose them life. Enough innocent, and I ask why them all have to pay this price. Yo, it not pretty. I be a calamity full up in this city. I be a promise with the wicked, them to quit it, them to find something else, something pure for them. It's if you have someone and lose someone and wish that they could grow up just to be someone, and as you stand and weep and watch them sleep, you know so it not true, may their soul rest in peace. Although you want to believe that there always be a time after life where we all meet again, you always wish my brethren them always there. Me keep them close in on my heart as me start this prayer.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Yeah! I was holding my breath, I almost passed out. Well, yeah, that one is called Prayer. Dedicated. Throughout the years, I lost like a lot of friends, and you know, when Felipe passed, like he was, I don't know if you guys known him, but he was like the nicest person I've ever met in my life. He was from Brazil. Like, you know, I would say, why him? Like, you know? And when he passed, man, he touched a lot of people. And like, you know, I always say I take a page out of his book, because like I've never seen this guy pissed off. I've never seen him angry. Like, he's just always positive, you know? And ever since he passed, man, I was like, man, you don't know when you're gonna go. You don't know what life has in store for you. So yo, just be nice, be real, do what you gotta do, stay positive. Alright. Another one I don't want to sing. I was thinking about them when I was at work today. That I want to sing. Alright, this one I wrote for my mom. This one is called I Don't Want You to Cry No More. Like, me and my mom, we don't have the best relationship. Ever since we were growing up, we fell out. One of the reasons why I came to Flint was because I got in some trouble when I was in Florida. When I moved from Jamaica, I moved to Jamaica when I was 17. I came to Florida, and when I was there, got in the wrong company, got in the wrong crowd, you know, got in trouble. She couldn't take it anymore. She was like, either go home or come to Flint. My sister told me to come to Flint. It's a nice place. Come here, go to school, get your degree. Changed my life. So I like Flint for what it has to offer, because it changed my life.
Great.
So
Touche.
You know, a lot of people can't say that.
My life too.
But it changed my life for the better. I don't know where I would have been if I was in Florida. But this one is from my mom, and here it goes. I don't want you to cry no more. Don't work too hard no more. I'ma make it to the top, non-stop. I when me go on top, we buy everything you never got. I don't want you to cry no more, mama. Don't work too hard no more, mama. I'ma make it to the top, non-stop. I when me go on top, we buy everything you never got. No me remember child days just so sweet. We used to run up and down and play ball pan street. Them time everything nice. Me I live my own life, not a thing pa my mind, but we have a good time. Now when me grow, me say mama used to struggle, but she never worked. She said when me come, make a muckle. Things did hard and she never make me starve. I send me go to school, make sure me book smart. Mama wanna dedicate this song to you. Enough love to you because it never is no fool. Sit and relax, put your foot on a stool, cause you know it's about time we are gonna have some food. Sorry. I go. I don't want you to cry no more. Don't work too hard no more. I'ma make it to the top, non-stop. And when we go on top, we buy everything you never got. I don't want you to cry no more, mama. Don't work too hard no more, mama. Don't work too hard, don't work too hard, don't work too hard. Yeah. I'm getting nervous, I'm sorry. I don't know what it goes. I need to practice. I need to do more of these stuff, like sit in the mirror, you know, sing the songs or something, or record them, something. But remember, Jay's Reggae Unlocked. You can find the page on Facebook if you want to check it out. Like the page, listen to a couple of the shows. Check it out Tuesdays at 1, Tuesdays at 3, or Sundays at 1 p.m. You know, something different, you know, to check out. We're tired of the same old stuff. Hope you like the songs.
Grateful for the opportunity, everybody. Probably tune with the volume down for you.
Or before you get to the stage.
Good enough. Here we are. You want to mute this mic and wrap the cord up so it doesn't do that? Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm gonna get try it there so it's not hanging around. All right, dude.
You need some tape?
Wasn't doing this right before. I don't know. That's disappointing. We can do it not amplified.
Yeah.
In this room, you know.
With the
more
mic?
lightly, because I don't
Mic.
want. Oh yeah, we can do that too. This one muted. Let's make this as difficult as possible, shall we? Awesome, beautiful, thank you. All right, again, Jesus Ranch. We're gonna say it and oh yeah, oh yeah. All right.
A big day on Jesus Ranch, Jesus Ranch. He was harvesting a big tomato, and it was in the sand. Alright, I'm taking a walk in the woods, and it's nice outside. Smells of it. Look a gwing, like a go. I come upon a silver striped mushroom, and I fly, and the fly. It was a big day on Jesus Ranch, Jesus Ranch. Jesus, I fell in love with a baked potato. That's when I started to dance, yeah, in France. I'm taking a walk in the woods,
Oh yeah, and it's nice.
very, very nice. Smells of shit. Look a wing, go. I come upon a silver striped mushroom, and I fly, and I fly, and I fly, and I fly, go.
Okay.
I almost slipped up a couple times.
There's only two.
Yes, both times.
This is a Queens of the Stone Age song
Oh, cool.
called Into Fate.
Cracks in the ceiling, crooked pictures in the heart. Counting and breathing, I'm leaving here tomorrow. They don't know I'll never do you any good. Laughing is easy. I would if I could. Ain't gonna worry. You live till you die. I wanna drown with nowhere to fall into the arms of someone. There's nothing to save, I know. You live till you die. Live till you die, I know. Live till you die, I know. Live till you die, I know. Live till you die. Losing a feeling that I couldn't give away. Counting and breathing, disappearing in the fade. They don't know I'll never do you any good. Stop and saying I would if I could. Ain't gonna worry. You live till you die. I wanna drown with nowhere to fall into the arms of someone. There's nothing to save, I know. You live till you die. Live till you die, I know. Live till you die, I know. Live till you die, I know. Live till you die.
Thank you. Thanks, Alex. I don't know what the format is. You want to? Is it alright if we do one more?
Yeah.
Not taking up too much of everybody's time, Robert?
No, please.
Awesome.
Usually it's like 3 songs or 15 minutes.
Right on. Well,
So
I think we'll fall inside that here.
Yeah, sounds good.
So this next one is by a perfect circle.
Indeed.
Ooh, you the obvious, and you flew with it. just a little bit too much from the wounded. But I see through it all, see through.
This is the 7th dog story. It's a little bit longer than the other ones. 1 page and a quarter. You can get a coffee if you get bored. A practical dog knows his boundaries and guards their perimeter. Our hero learned early that the great oak was the outer limit in the front, the garage to one side, the hedge on the other, and the swing set of those noisy, snow-throwing miniature humans in the back. And if he forgot his borders, well, a series of tick sounds reminded him. They got louder as he crept closer to the border, and then an electric shock would remind him. That's right. As fantastic as it sounds, our hero lived within an electric force field, and it was invisible. Silly humans, sometimes they try to lure him through the barrier, but he hadn't fallen for that trick since he was a pup. Irritating squirrels would sometimes tease him and give him chase just to have him hit the invisible wall at full speed and knock his legs out from under him and leave him squirming on his back. He'd roll over to one side of the border, sulk under the great oak, and rest a sore neck and ponder how he might retaliate against that same fat squirrel that now chattered at him smugly from the other side of the force field. He hated squirrels. During the summer, another activity that the practical dog enjoyed is watching over his master as he worked in the garage. Sometimes he would be there most of the day making sawdust and many scary sounds. One day, after appearing very impressed with himself, he left the garage with a shovel. The shovel seemed to be treating, and he began digging a hole in the backyard. It was deep enough hole, but the fact that he used a shovel seemed to be cheating a bit. But it was a nice hole, and after digging it, he returned with a pole that was attached to a small house. He set the end into the hole and pushed the dirt in with his foot. But as soon as he let go of the pole, the house on top would nearly fall to the ground. He set it back up and stomped the dirt a while till the thing stood tall. A bit tippy, though. Anyway, the next thing he did, and this was important to the rest of the story, he filled the small house with birdseed. He then stood a few feet away with his arms crossed, admiring the whole thing for several minutes before he went back inside the big house. Our hero remained there gazing at the thing, wondering if it merited him peeing on it. But then he noticed someone else gazing at the small house on a stick. Sitting on a branch that bowed under his weight sat the fat squirrel, eyeing the seeds-filled cottage. Our hero let out a low, menacing growl as he eyed the squirrel with contempt. He pawed at the ground angrily and then walked over to the pole and lifted his leg, never taking his eyes off the chubby vermin. The squirrel just looked back at the dog, moved his jaws from side to side, his cold black eyes fixed on the birdseed hotel, contemplating his plan of attack. Our gladiator slept in front of the glass doors that night, keeping watch over his master's property. At first light, he took a spot in the side yard where he had a good view of the coveted little house. He waited and waited and waited, only pretending to be asleep. Then he was startled by a noise in the backyard. As he looked toward the small house on the pole, the thing began leaning badly. It crashed to the ground, and our hero skidded to a halt in front of it, barking wildly. Then he noticed the commotion going inside the little house. He could see the fat squirrel caught inside. The house had landed on the only opening large enough for him to get out. Our hero pranced around the thing, barking as the fat squirrel ran in circles inside the little house, trying desperately to fit through the smaller openings. Our hero tried to poke his nose into the one of the small windows, but the squirrel was causing the small house to jump and move as he ran in circles inside of it. Finally, he broke free from the pole, and so the little house, the small house with the squirrel inside with a birdseed flying, began rolling across the lawn with our hero still trying to get inside the obese seed thief. Then, as it came to a stop, he was able to get his head inside the larger opening the fat squirrel had originally entered. The squirrel chirped and lashed out at our hero, who reluctantly sought to get free. However, the collar caught, and for several moments, he and the fat squirrel were locked into what could have been a mortal combat. Our hero jerked his head from side to side, trying to escape as Fat Squirrel hissed and scratched his nose. Finally, he broke free, slipping his head out from his collar. Then Fat Squirrel likewise escaped through the same opening, only around his ample girth was our hero's collar. Well, he never cared much for that collar anyway, so let the vermin have it. He watched with interest as the squirrel ran to the edge of the yard. Then, as it approached the electric force field at full speed, it fell backward and tumbled, chattering loudly and rolling around on the ground. Ha! Finally, retribution, thought our valiant soldier, our sentinel at the back door. Well, Fat Squirrel rolled around until the collar came off, and then he ran away. Our wounded warrior limped over to the abandoned collar. He picked it up in his bloody muzzle. He marched with purpose to his war shrine underneath the addition. There he laid the newest addition to his collection of war trophies. Then he limped to the back door and scratched, holding one paw in the air. In a pathetic way, he waited for it with a sad look in his eye. This should be good for 2 biscuits, he thought to himself.
Okay, I got some poem. I'm gonna write some poem. That's what I'm gonna do the first time. Then I'm gonna get into more other stuff. Then I'm gonna be through. Girls in the city sure are pretty. Some are sweet, so amazing and unique. You may find them in a house, whispering things of passion in and out. But girls in the city will always be around, sacrificing their love without making a sound. There's a tale about them in a book, called Girls in the City Sure Hook. Now this poem is, there's a woman. There's a woman in this world for me. And her love is so fast and free. I want one that'll find and can give me a love that all divine. I'm unique when standing by her side, but I will love her with all my soul and pride. If I had one that was fine, I would love her with love that would blow her mind. Okay, name this one, Let Me Be Your Man. Girl, let me be your man and love you with a love you can understand. I've been around watching you move across the world, and you're the woman I want to love. I want to show you the way I feel, because one of your love just seems so real. So let me blow your mind. Cause one woman like you just messing with my mind.
Yeah.
That's the rest of the love poem. I mean, the women poems. Now we're finna get into the more stuff. The grifter. Like a hat on top of your head. Someday you remember what you said. Somewhere back there when you stood tall, overcome the green that was over all. Someday you'll spend your time studying the pictures in your mind. You'll brag about what you did, just like the sun, just like the moon, just like the sun.
Yeah.
The struggle. The time has come for you to be a man. Accept the things in life you can understand. You have struggled hard to get where you are today. Just bring back memories of yesterday. When your thinking was cool, like the spring in your shoe. You never thought about what you wanted to be when your heart was full of pride and dignity. I'm gonna go into my story. I ain't out here with too much time. I'm going on to my story. This is a deep story. It's gonna take y'all imagination. It's gonna take y'all somewhere where y'all ain't never been to, like a prophet. And I'm too young to know all this stuff, but I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Greeting, people of the chosen one. My name is Harrison Robinson Jr. And I came here tonight to profit things that are powerful, things that are immortal, like the immortality of the creation of man. I am the beginning of what I'm all about. God sent me here to profit you. I messed up. God sent me here to protect you from the prehistoric happening which is upon you. My mind is deep, and my soul is pure, like the agreement in my sleep. And I'm unique, purified in faith. I have conquered my destiny and mastered the image of myself. So I'm a prophet gifted with a divine development of these creations. My soul has many secrets. They are holy, created by time, mastered by faith, the supernatural image of my existence. My mind also has many secrets. I'm holy, wise in knowledge, like a golden image filled with golden passion, filled with pride. So come with me down through the underworld, if you dare. And here's my story here. Civil Awakening. I call it the Civil Awakening. Here's some key points. I don't know how I did it, but I don't know. This is knowledge that will educate you and carry you to a place far beyond the imagination of things beyond the mind. To enter the gate will be a golden moment filled with compassion, like silver rain falling upon the flowers of life. So learn the secrets of life in a magic form of enlightenment and become the seeds of success. For life is a golden experience filled with compassion, a moment of faith inherited by the instinct of imagination. Things accomplished have been achieved, and things achieved have been accomplished. Civil awakening is deep upon you. It's the awakening of something amazing. Civil awakening is a golden moment down to time. So look beyond time. For the moment when civil awakening will awaken you, and your thought will be divine. Civil awakening is the image of something amazing gleaming up between your feet. Or civil awakening is a golden vision, the celebration of things to come. So look beyond time for the development of civil awakening. You will become educated with musical uniqueness of love, and this love will purify you, and your soul will become divine while your destiny unfolds. So travel the incredible journey down through time. This development will open the more of the light, and you will find the gateway across eternity by becoming divine. Civil awakening will then enlighten your mind and make you children of the faith. So listen to the sound that you hear, because civil awakening is like a bird up in a tree, studying the image of man. Open your mind. Know what you want from the quality of all these things. Clear your mind and become educated. Listen to what the Spirit say. Write them down on your heart and become immortal. Experience is the beginning of something unique in you. You will become masters of your own destiny, and nothing will deceive you. So listen to what the mind said to God. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to what the mind said to God. The mind for the world was being created, for God didn't create man. He created the mind. The mind was talking to him. Then what the mind said. Listen to what the mind said to God when he first created the world, and God was clever. He said, "Don't create Satan. Don't create the demon. Don't make wicked things. They will destroy man. Or if you do, you will destroy this civilization." And that's about to happen too. Cause he created all them demons and stuff. Just like you destroy the creatures of other civilizations. I have one more page. Civilization has kept many secrets hidden from the sight of man. For man has been blinded and brainwashed about the truth about his creation. But the prophets teaches us to be wise in this teaching and know things. For deep thinking is the civil awakening of things unknown to mind. Man know not where he is headed while living in this last days of time. Because civil awakening is like a deep image of something exciting coming through the mind of its ancient God. I'm a prophet, and the prophecy must be fulfilled. God taught me how to observe things stronger than myself. I can travel many light years back in the universe and tell you the secret of things unknown to the mind. The seven awakening of things brilliant and inspiring have been mastered by the gods. They came here from many years, light years away, back in time to recreate their destiny, to rule and to master supernatural deep off in the mortar of the mind. God is sad. God is sad at the way the world has deceived him. He have gotten tired of sinning. He have gotten tired of us sinning and doing evil in his sight. But everyone and everything gotten tired of God. Check this out. This here is deep. So a war is about to take place. Good against evil. That's going on right now. But nobody is going to win. Because everything should go back to the honor in which it came. I already knew these things. I already knew that there was evil following God across the image of his existence. And he couldn't protect himself because Satan was watching him. God knew these things all from the beginning. And he still cried to save you. And that's why he sent me to you in the image of his faith in your mind. One more page, number 2. I got 30 books I wrote on this kind of stuff. I got one page. This last page. This is an important page here. But don't believe God is ever coming back, because the world is too corrupt and evil and evil and wait, hold up. But don't believe that God is ever coming back, because the world is too corrupt and evil, and it will destroy itself. You may not know this, but Satan is watching you, and other demons and other wizards, evil spirits, and other creatures which creep the universe. They all want to wipe you out and clean out the world of God's creation. You can't run, you can't hide, because they are wiping you out one by one right now. Because they don't want you, because they want your soul. But if you make yourself immortal and you protect yourself, God will accept you.
Girl, I want to rip into you like a demo crew with a passion for their jobs. I want to film our smash session, dub the soundtrack with your giggles, and tenderly label it a ruined porn. Babe, I want to be the bulldozer to your boarded up bungalow. I want to plow your lovely ashes, torched by callous assholes, into your open basement. I want you to see yourself not as they have made you, but as a clearer sunset, non-existent and naked. A horizon line not yet redefined, but no longer dwelling on your flaws or feeling like a wasteland. I want to be the one who takes you off the grid. Shit, I want to sweep you off your feet. Now I know you think your heart has been stolen from metal thieves mining through the drywall, but babe, I'm not here looking to remodel. I'm here to make you crumple into sheets. I'll haul out the debris of your steam by hand if I have to. Thrust truckloads of soil in its place, exhaling diesel breath heat. So that soon we can spoon, having had our fill. Sawed and straw strewn like tidal waves to wash away a past life's pain and help you rest in peace, somewhat whole again, instead of forever forsaken, condemned by your self-defeating, soul-destructive loneliness. Yeah, I don't get it either, but it's fun. So this Saturday, so this Friday, Buckham Gallery Poetry, fuck yeah, come on out, 7 to 9, it's all free coffee and everything. This Saturday at Buckham Gallery, there's a bunch of really cool stuff going on. Does anybody like dance? It's okay if you like, I like dance is sweet, yeah, all right. So, you guys know what a master class is? It's basically where this professional comes into the community and for a very small fee, teaches you like their masterful dance skills and everything. You know, dance is taught through bodies and stuff. So there's gonna be a master class taught by Christine Faulkner, who's the artistic director of Christine Faulkner Dance. Maybe you've heard of it. No, it's okay. But that's gonna be this Saturday from 2 to 3. It's only $6.
Only $6?
These 3 people have been to poetry shows, but that's right, it's only $6. Usually this shit goes for like $100. These are really professional people. She's coming to Flint, she's being a part of it, she's giving back to the community. So if you want to be in dance, it's a really cool movement. It can be done with any sort of background or medium. It's good for theater people, all that shit.
Do you know what style dance she does?
Modern contemporary or something like that. But she's cool. I got one flyer left for that. It's 2 to 3, $6. But the real thing I want you guys to show up is that night we're having a choreographer showcase, which is a really cool concept. People come from all over the state, they bring their dances, and they perform it for free in Buckham Gallery for all of you guys. It's the first one. We want to make it a big success so we can do it again. Please come on out. That starts at 7 o'clock, goes till 9. It's all free of charge. Donations go to help Buckham keep their doors open. You guys know where Buckham is, right? Mm-hmm. Above the bookstore. Yeah. It's 134.5 West 2nd Street, if you didn't know.
It's right next to Page's bookstore.
So I'm gonna read a poem. Is that cool?
Yeah.
It's in a similar vein of mixing metaphors about shit being fucked up. It's called Ruined Porn. Perverts treat posted properties like prostitutes. Scrappers are sadists, prying off siding like wrinkled panties heaped across slutty truck beds. Up the street, exploding houses surge with horror and amazement in the ecstasy of gas line fingering. Behind the rain-soaked blinds, walls have been ripped down and ravaged by desperate Johns trying to keep up with the Joneses, drooling over curl-toe, clawfoot tubs and air ducts forced to give blowjobs. A kneeling Holmes' warped wood legs buckle last long after speared in the front porch. She condemns herself with cut-and-plug mascara caked on to distract from another pimp's hand slapping for sale by owner on her ass. You like that, huh? The driveway is shaded by overgrown branches. The basement trashed and rancid from former tenants and cycles of entrapment. The soul needs to flee before this coffin gets buried or smashed in. Tricks get stripped and teased into foreclosure, but no one seems to care that this is happening. So, at childhood's end, ratty pigtails fray away and live wires stop sparking, but fiends will still pay anyway. Leaving a busted frame barely standing in another forgotten address, soon to be erased from the tax rolls, dead inside, waiting like a bomb to be dismantled. Thanks. Cool. You guys are in for a treat, or I'm in for a treat, 'cause I've never performed this one before. It's brand new, which is nice, because we all get to watch me struggle. Yeah, it's scary. This one is called No Rush, and it kind of sums up how I'm feeling lately. I'm going backwards in time. I hate to be that guy that comes on stage not prepared, looking at his cell phone and just looking like a fool. Looking like a fool. I am struggling. Thanks for watching. All right, here we go. No rush. Lawns plastered with signs fighting to be seen. For sale, for lease, rent to own, first month free. In my hometown, there's so many choices on which place to be. In my head, it's that there's just one life to live, i.e. to flee. But fortunately for me, there's no rush. The city cemeteries are lush and almost blink neon lights reading vacancy. The car may have raised and razzed Buick City, but the irony is killing me. And all the basement Buddhists meditate under bloom cycle lights, making bucks growing kush, thinking deeply about their own suffering. A generation of garbage pail kids born with a broom in hand to clean up ancestral debris. Even though 8 people per day give up and move away worry-free, they can't see anything left to save, just a broken tribe and an oil stain, and the sad part is they aren't far off. Staying here is more of a burden than a point of pride, or at least that's for the longest time how things felt to me, because despite whatever happy face I want to feign, or injustice I could just lock my door and ignore instead of stress to change, there's just not much still standing that deserves the praise. A few pillared rows of half-burnt gutless homes, chess-pieced investment groves played out in downtown revival zones, and a few well-hidden hornets' hives where gaunt artists thrive in a daze, haunting the flower fields of their minds. A little buzz, they spit, spun out poetic phrase, softly composing cracks of lightning that lead to thunderous refrain. Jaws rattling ferocious behind snakebite fangs. This is anti-venom spit, a mumbled rattle subwoofed into a wild howl, penetrating your unknown like lapping licks of an inner shiver craze. These impassioned kids make clunky claims to fame, even no one will ever know their name. Life's comparable to an upshot drop of water from a sprinkler sputtering as background noise to the pouring rain. But a magnet to metal, they're drawn here and have stayed, and I'll do the same until the roof caves in or my motivation dissipates like smoke clearing from throwing ink at expectations, throwing out poems like pin-pulled grenades. Thanks.
Another masterpiece.
Thanks. All right, keep it going for Nick Custer. All right, letting everyone else sign up sheets here. Still have an hour left, technically. But in the meantime, we're gonna let Aisha take the stage.
Okay, so it's been a while since I've been up here.
Yeah.
And I have 2 poems. Through the ceiling the world fell. Doll houses looked like hell, and before I knew it, I was waist deep. And the chills that ran through my body were a brief reminder that I was still alive. a rising water line. You never forget the days the heavens cried, when Mother Nature held her breath to lessen the tide, but I can't swim. Reaching for glimpses of hope, surrounded by hypocrites, I'm drowning in the world's sin. I hate this place. Nightmares become norms, angels no longer sing, as sly remarks and crooked smirks fill the darkness, allowing pawns to become king. Father Time cuts his losses, leaving heathens to gasp for air. I am afraid. Bound by unforgiving circumstances, I close my eyes. Tasted fear instead of freedom, I am waist deep in the world's sin. The water line's rising, forced to move with the tide, but I can't swim. Thanks. Okay, so this next one I didn't memorize. I'm about to use my phone, but I thought I printed it out, and I probably did, but I lost it. So here it's called I Was a Broken Promise. I was a broken promise, a deferred dream from yesterday, a good intention gone rogue. He was wishful thinking, naively optimistic on Sunday afternoons, purposefully numb to the cruelties of society. He told me the sunrises would taste differently, that sidewalks would begin to lead somewhere and running away would no longer be a bad habit. Hopeful and in love, he fell between the cracks, looked at both sides of the system, and realized there was no place to call home. So he severed his ties, left love hanging by the fingertips, took his undocumented regrets, and blackmailed himself into better days. Leftover footprints sprawled across my heart, got lost in translation as Norma went astray, and he became a daydream of words never said. He told me the sunrises would taste differently. He told me the sidewalks would begin to lead somewhere and running away would no longer be a bad habit. Soon realizing the error of his ways, he apologized for the inconvenience and walked away with my heart in his back pocket. Accepting the imperfections of his past words, he wrote a letter to whisper his final goodbyes. Leaving from the pages were his crushed spirit, saturated with feelings of helplessness. He said the sunrises tasted bitter, that sidewalks led nowhere worth going, and flying was a better option, so I should learn, even if it meant stealing the feathers one at a time. He was no longer optimism. Telling himself our pieces would never fit together, we both became broken promises in a failing system, trying to steal feathers for tomorrow alone. Thank you.
And I stand with a nice group of people, but now I'm here, and by request, I'm going to read a piece of my book, Remembering Flint, Michigan, which is very timely right now because, as you already know, Citizens Bank has become First Merit Bank, and all the signs has been changed except for the weather ball, which will be refaced this summer with the CB initials changed to FM. So I'll read my piece about the Citizens Bank weather ball. Which I called a very useful landmark. And did you get the vintage ad? This ad was published in 1956 when they introduced the weather ball to the people of the Flint area. Long before the Weather Channel existed, and more than a decade before Flint even received cable TV, people in and around downtown Flint could look to the top of the Citizens Bank building and figure out the weather forecast each evening. Ever since the Citizens Bank weather ball was built in 1956, Flint residents and visitors who knew the weather ball rhyme knew what to expect. When the weather ball is red, higher temperatures ahead. When the weather ball is blue, lower temperature is due. Yellow light in weather ball means there'll be no change at all. When colors blink in agitation, there's going to be precipitation. The weather wall was built over a 4-month period on top of the Citizens Bank headquarters. The headquarters was built in 1928 on the site of the original bank, which opened in 1871 at 328 South Saginaw Street. The weather ball has been the symbol of Citizens Bank ever since. The weather ball was first lit on the evening of October 30th, 1956. Hundreds of balloons were released to mark the occasion. 300 of the balloons had Citizens Bank savings account credit cards inside. Of course, the weather ball has become a symbol for Flint, just like the Statue of Liberty in New York, the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, and the Eiffel Tower in Paris. When you see the weather ball with the initial CB underneath, you know you're in Flint. The weather ball corporate symbol of Citizens Bank has changed over the years. My historic favorite is the mascot, Mr. CB from the 1960s. That's similar to Mr. Weatherball design, but short and stout. It's in the mascots chapter in the book. It's yeah, here we go. This is Mr. CB. I'll just show it to the camera.
Okay.
I want to see it.
I'm gonna watch the video then.
What was the camera?
It's this over here.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the text. In 2004, Citizens introduced its current corporate depiction of the weather ball, a red ball with right diagonal curved lines. Citizens' parent company, Citizen Republic Bancorp, was the largest bank holding company headquartered in Michigan. All other big banks in Michigan are headquartered out of state, including Comerica, which moved its headquarters from Detroit to Dallas, Texas in 2007. Thanks to Citizens Bank, here are some weather ball facts. The bank operates the weather ball and follows forecasts from the National Weather Service to determine which color the weather ball will be in the evening and whether it will blink or not. It was constructed by craftsmen from 10 skilled trades using 800 square feet of plexiglass and 667 feet of neon tubing. It weighs 2.5 tons with a height and diameter of 15 feet and a circumference of 47 feet. It can be seen for 25 miles and is designed to withstand winds of up to 120 miles per hour. During the 1970s energy crisis, the weather ball was turned off from 1974 to January 1978 to save electricity. It was briefly lit for a few days in 1977 to make sure everything was working properly. Some neon work was needed to get the weather ball fully functioning again. There are or were other weather balls constructed by banks, such as the ones built in Michigan by Michigan National Bank in Grand Rapids, the Texas National Bank in Houston, and Northwestern Bank in Minneapolis, along with the KACU TV in Sioux City, Iowa. Grand Rapids TV station WZZM Channel 13 bought the dismantled Michigan National Bank weather ball, restored it, and moved it to a studio location at the I-96 and US 131 interchange. The inside of the weather ball has been an impressive sight with its alternating red, blue, and yellow neon tubing. About 2002, it received new breaker panels, transformers, and wiring. For its 50th anniversary in 2006, Citizens hired 3 local companies to completely refurbish the weather ball, including an inside and out power washing, new paint, new wiring, new electrical connections, and, where necessary, neon tubing. Citizens Bank contracts with Signs by Craney for new signs and maintenance of existing signs, including the weather ball. The Citizens Bank weather ball continues to be a prominent feature of downtown Flint and serves as a giant eyeball watching over the city. Thanks to Citizens Bank. And as an afternote, Signs by Craney has been responsible for changing the signs locally from Citizens Bank to First Merit Bank. And hope you like this piece, and I thank you very much.
Hello everybody, my name is Harrison Robinson Jr. and I be doing a lot of stuff, I be doing a lot all the time. I constantly, I write some real deep stuff. I'm kind of get out in society out there so I can smooth out people's minds and ease people, get people together, make them feel better and make them in contact with themselves. So they can operate themselves better, they can function better. But if you make them drugs and all that stuff like that, and we make a lot of women, we make a lot of men, and eat the wrong food, you don't be hard to do all this stuff. Yeah, I got 2 poems up. I don't know to read right here. The first one right here, the pride. Okay, be the person you never thought you could be. Master the game of dignity. Get yourself together and be unique. And what you achieve in life will be deep. Lift your head and search the unknown. Be things in life you can't disown. Let what you feel encourage you to stand tall and master fame beyond them all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Okay, the name of this poem is God. I wrote this one for my mother. I wrote it, then she read it, then I said for you, Mama. And she said, and she typed it out. I got a copy, she typed it out and put it in a frame, and she still got it now. Okay, it go like this. It says, God, deep off in the universe, deep off in time, God created things so divine. He made many generations that was deep. When he traveled down through the universe like a thief. One day, Satan tried to make a stand, but God punished him with things he couldn't understand. Satan then became a prisoner in a land with no name, while playing the game he couldn't explain.
All right, one more time for Harrison. Awesome. Groovy. So is anyone in the crowd feeling coming up, doing anything? Even if it's a repeat, even if it's a... Brian, you want to? Brian, yeah. Yeah, go.
Go after good. That's fine.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Want me to try some?
Yeah.
Woo!
You know, I have a feeling that the camp that includes the artists, performers, the mediums, the creative mediums, and the camp that includes jocks and athletes, there's not an awful lot of overlap, but I have a feeling in this room that you're all pretty much athletic, and you all can do all kinds of stuff. So I have written a few songs that are inspired by athletics, and I know I'm going to give you the profile look. You can tell that I'm pretty much a natural born athlete myself. But I like playing this song every summer because it is of the summer, and I'm going to encourage you guys to sing along. It's got 3 choruses. The setup on the chorus, you'll figure it out. You guys are very bright, you know. The title line, you repeat it. The title line, you repeat it. And then we sing together at Volleyball, Baby I Rule. The song's called Volleyball. The lines are drawn, the challenge met. Chosen side, set up the net. Come on, ace, go ahead and serve, give me your best. Or have you lost your nerve? You mentioned my past record. I played at love like I was a fool. Just the same, this is my game and that volleyball. 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 At volleyball, baby, I rule. Spike, honey, you can do whatever you like. Nothing to prove and nothing to lose. I know the counter to your every move. You mentioned my past record. I played at love like I was a fool. Just the same, this is my game and it's volleyball. 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 At volleyball, baby, I rule. Dally-in, gerbil Jean, proclaiming you the verbal queen. You got your digs in for the moment, but you never had to face a more worthy opponent. You mentioned my past record. I played at love like I was a fool. Just the same, this is my game.
All right, anyone have any other sing-alongs or anything like that? Yeah. What's your name? Cathy. All right. Please give a warm welcome to Cathy.
Yeah.
This is my first time here. I'm hearing lots of, love kind of stuff, so I have a couple. The first one's called Uncommitted. Careful, don't say love, because he has not said love. They're deliberate, unpledged hearts, fragile as construction paper valentines, with no promise of loyalty. Ask, love, what of love? Watching her skin redden, he pays careful attention, not wanting to miss a gesture or sound. Her warm white words scatter like dust balls quivering under the sofa. If he were really intent, he would notice her untimely steps into the bathroom, the extra minutes she spends there, small noises seeping from the crack beneath the door. But he doesn't. Later, after she's gone, he checks to see what she's left behind. She always leaves something. Pink polka dot panties, pierced earrings. This time, nothing. But if he looks carefully, there in the bathroom, he will see blind tears still forming question marks on the floor. And I have one more. This is a found poem, which means I took it from somewhere else and then kind of put the words together, and it's from a Craigslist ad.
Yeah.
And it's called Looking for a Skinny Girl. For a long-term relationship, no fat chicks, please. I am fat, but not obese. Shaved head, tats, tongue ring, 5-inch dick. I do like wrestling, pool, bowling, playing video games like World of Warcraft. I do smoke, I do drink, I do love sex. I do prefer the girl on top. I do hate rubbers. You interested? Message me. Thank you.
Awesome. Give it up for Cathy.
I know
Yeah. We're just firing away. This is good.
I
This
everybody to get up there.
Okay.
We want to rise.
I'll see how it goes.
Give it up for Beck.
Yeah.
I wrote it down so I don't have to read it off my phone. Okay, this is called Agitate. Huddled masses, we are tossed to the floor, a corner, or inside cracked plastic, an agitating cycle. The tattered and stained will be thrown into the machine to scald, spin, dry, and wrinkle, until we are left to hang hidden behind closet doors.
Wow.
And this is called Film Over. As the picture begins to fade, we relish the moment, the emptiness, the silence, the sound of our thoughts connecting in the dark. That's it.
Yeah. Blair, where's your phone?
Okay, I'm actually gonna play a song.
Yeah.
Play a happy song.
Jeez.
There's no happiness.
Some tension in your voice. Good happy song. Alright, some of you know the band Harlow Zom that I was a part of.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, we just played Jamboree. It was a good time. I don't know who all made it out, but Churchill's was pretty crowded very early. which was,
Awesome.
you know, yeah, it was a good time. Very good time. One of my favorite bands from Flint played there, The Herd.
Bird.
I'm a big fan of those fellas.
They're good.
Alright, but I'm gonna play a song that we normally play, but we didn't steal, we borrowed the Carter family lyrics, which is an old, they're basically the original family of country music. And Allie and I used to live down in Virginia, just a stone throw away from where it all started.
Johnny and June.
Right, so yeah, the Carter family is basically the parents of June Carter. So I wrote some chords and then just applied their lyrics to it. So yes, it is a happy song. Troubled side of life. There's a bright and sunny side too. Though you reach with that darkness in strife, the sunny side will always find you. Help me move the earth. Help me move the earth. Help me fill my cup. Help me fill my cup. Storms and fury broke today, crushing the hopes we cherish so dear. Storms and clouds will all pass in time. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Help me move the earth. Help me move the earth. And help me fill my cup. Help me fill my cup. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day. It'll brighten all the way. It'll help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. Thank you. And once again, I open up the floor, but if no one has really anything, we can sort of adjourn. And
One further announcement.
all right.
As you may know, the Creative Alliance TV shows on Comcast Channel 17 Mondays at 6. And last Monday was last month's Collab Nite, which I'm glad finally got aired. And as I usually would do if I appear on it, I would edit down the show to just my segment, and I put it up on YouTube and shared it on my boss Facebook page.
So wait, if we don't have cable, how are we gonna see the show? Is it available on
FlintUnderground.org.
What is it?
FlintUnderground.org.
Underground.org?
Underground.org. FlintUnderground.org.
What was that again?
Sweet. All right, well, I just want to personally thank everyone for coming out. It ended up being a really great night, and it's a nice day outside. I'm sure it's still light out. I can't see. But thank you to Ken Goodbeans for being such a gracious host.
Ken Goodbeans and Wagner.
Ken Beans.
Yeah, Ken Beans.
And yes, every third Wednesday of the month, 7 to 10 p.m., we're here, so come check us out.